Hi, so what I have here is the Lasko ceramic tower heater. So the good thing about the ceramic is that it heats up quickly and it's actually safe to the touch. So the best way I could describe it is that you can see there's a grill here, and if I go up close here and I touch it, I am totally not going to get burned. You know, I'm not going to get burned. It doesn't get hot that way. And the best way for me to describe how it actually feels is if you have one of those old registers, whether it's in your ground or right on the wall, it's just a constant stream of that same sort of like dry heat and air that's blowing out. So right now I have it set at the highest level. So let me go through the control panel here. So the control panel, there's an on-off switch. There is the temperature, so I could set it. I have it set to 70 right now. I could set it to 72. I could set it to 70, and they are touch control. So here is the, I want to say high and low and medium speeds. So here is H3, which is the highest, H2. And I'm going to pause here, let you hear how loud it is, or how it's actually not too loud. It's just a very soft kind of constant blowing of air noise. And this is the lowest setting. So if you could hear that through the camera, and let me bring it up to its highest, and you can hear the difference from H1, H2, and H3. Now it does oscillate. So this is the oscillation button, and if I push this button here, it goes 45 degrees that way and 45 degrees the other way. So it's actually pretty good coverage. So that's 45 degrees that way. And let me pan out here so you could see. Right there. And it's actually very stylish. I just like the look of it, and it's very compact. So just to give you an idea of how compact it is, so that is 2 feet that I have, and basically it's 22 inches high, as I mentioned. And as far as the width here, it is about 6 inches. So right there, you can see it's about 6 inches. And I will show you the back of it, but let me just go up close. So the other aspect of this is there is a timer. So right here at the bottom, you can see there's a timer. So if I just pause the oscillation here, so I could focus more on the timer, I could set it to an hour. You could see it turn green. Green means the timer is active. And I could set it all the way up to 8 hours before it auto shuts off. And I could toggle all the way back to 0, which shuts off the timer. So that is the full control of the control panel itself. Now, there is a handle in the back, so let me just twist this. And it's very light. It feels like it's about 3 pounds. So if I go towards the back here, you could see there's a handle, and then there's also the remote control holder. And the remote control itself has all of the same buttons as the panel, which is the oscillate, the on-off, the timer, the temperature setting high, medium, low, the temperature setting of when it should shut off, or what temperature you want it to shut off at. And it actually does come with Duracell batteries, which are AAA batteries, the smaller ones, and a very convenient holder. Now there are air vent slots here, and cool air does blow out from the back here a little bit. So, and just to pan out so you could see what it looks like. Now the cord itself is 5.5 feet. And let me twist this back so you could also see that aspect of it again. So it is very light, as I mentioned. And if I push this here, to oscillate. Now there is one drawback of this, is that because this is touch screen, you cannot hook this up to any smart device. So for example, if you have a smart plug, it's not going to turn on this heat. So if you're an hour away from home or 2 hours away from home, and you use your phone and you plug it into a smart outlet, it's just not going to turn on. It has to turn on by touch. So keep that in mind. The other aspect of it is it's very good for a small room. So probably a room up to like 15 by 10, 12 by 10, or, somewhere around there's, 150 square foot, 200 square foot room might not do it, but probably like 150 square foot. Now, my living room here, I do have it on in my living room, and I have very tall ceilings. I have 11-foot ceilings, and it's kind of good for a space heater. It has to be constantly turned on to warm up a room of that size. You have to have a door closed. It's good for a bedroom, a study, so this particular size is probably good for that. And you could see I do have a thermometer there, and it's been 65 for the last 2 hours, so it hasn't changed. But I am about 4 feet away from the ceramic heater right now, and there's a very constant warm air that comes out. So that's the good part about it, except that you have to have this on constantly for that to have that effect. Now it just won't warm up my living room, which is 10.5 feet high ceilings that are, it's about actually a good 10 by 20. So, and it's an open space, so it's not meant to entirely heat up something like that. So just keep that in mind. And also the grill in the front, as I mentioned before, it feels like it's just a register that's on the floor or on the wall, and you have forced hot air that's pushing out from that. So that's how it feels. The grill in the front, I simply use a toothbrush and I'll brush it, because over time there's a little bit of dust, not too much, that gets caught in there. And just to zoom back in so that you see the style from top to bottom, how it actually looks right there. Now the reason why I got this particular one was that it was in Costco's, and Costco's was $50, and it also had 3,000, at the time I got it, it had 3,000 good reviews on it. So just to show you that, that's what Costco has. And right now there's well, I misspoke here, there's 2,741 reviews, and it averages 4.5 stars on the Costco website. So that's particularly why I got it. And it was a very good price. So, but there you go. That's really all I have to say, and I hope this helps. And please subscribe, and thank you so much for watching.